Well, this is an exciting time. We've been talking about the changes going on in the industry. We've talked about this whole new vision of the third wave of computing. We've talked about the Salesforce1 platform. We've talked about connecting with your customers in a new way. And now we're coming into the third and final chapter of our program. And this critical program is about creating customer journeys. You know, we just had an amazing event with Microsoft, and we talked about how Microsoft has built an incredible new product, Office 365. It's become $1 billion business for Microsoft. They've entered the cloud successfully. But Office 365 is built on top of the Salesforce.com ExactTarget Marketing Cloud. Microsoft has built customer journeys inside Office 365. So when you come into Office 365, it says, welcome. And it says, how can we help you move forward? Oh, I want to try Excel as a service. I want to try Word as a service. I want to try this PowerPoint as a service. Oh, you've tried these things? Great. Well, you didn't try this feature. You didn't try that feature. The service marches you along on your journey. And then it says, oh, maybe you'd like to upgrade. Maybe you'd like to go to premium. You've been free. Oh, now you're premium, but you're still not using it every day because you haven't tried this capability or you're not using OneDrive yet from Microsoft. And this kind of capability that Microsoft Office 365 is built on top of the Salesforce.com Marketing Cloud. It's given Microsoft the ability to have much greater adoption inside its apps. And this idea that we all need greater adoption in types of our apps is true for all of us in our world because we're moving, as I mentioned before, into an app economy. And that we are creating these new capabilities for apps. Well, I don't think there's any company that has pioneered or done more or had more of a vision for this right here in France than Publicis. Many of you know that Maurice Lévy is the CEO of Publicis and has created a global empire, one of the most important agencies in the world for transforming customer relationships. Starting, of course, in the advertising world, but now become a full-service agency working with so many of our customers around the world, helping them to transform their relationships. Please welcome Maurice Lévy. Before we start, Maurice, I want to thank you because you invited me to this amazing conference in Normandy that you ran, that celebrated this incredible milestone, an event, an important time to remember the incredible relationship between our countries. It certainly was transforming to my life. I want to thank you so much for that. And you've really done a great thing for the world with what you've done, so thank you.
No, thank you for coming, and thank you for having me here today. It was a great event, and something that you will be able to see on YouTube is a conversation with Elie Wiesel, and it was one of the most moving moments I have experienced in my life, and it was really great. I think everyone has seen what has been this devastating war, and the fact that today we are living in peace, and all these people together is something which is quite exceptional.
Well, we have to remember this, and I think having Elie Wiesel there and his wife as well, the light, you know, and bringing that to the conference just added the dimension and the compassion and the love and the inspiration. So thank you for that.
No, thank you to you.
Now, I want to also ask you, and just change the channel to business for a second. You're an incredible visionary, especially in this area of marketing. You've seen the transformations that are going on. You're transforming your own company. You've transformed yourself. Where do you see this going? What advice do you have for all these great French executives who look to you as their leader? Where should we move forward?
You are leading the way. You are the one who I have seen today, the presentation. It's quite impressive, by the way, to see all these people together and to see you walking and delivering your keynote in an incredible way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you also for investing in France. Where this is taking us in the future, I think that it's much easier to speak about what will happen in 30 years because nobody will be there to say, it's just bullshit, than to say what will happen in the next few years. But what we can see is clearly that mobility is becoming the key element in everything that we are doing. And when you look at, for example, in advertising, mobility is something which is growing by 25 in the low range to 45, 50%. So mobility is key. The second element is personalization. What you have done and what everyone is trying to do with big data is to try to extract through something like zillion information, the small information which will change the behavior of the people. The demonstration you have done, and I have seen that what Alex has done is something which is quite impressive, and we have a lot of apps which are helping us, but it is very little, and it is just the beginning of what can happen tomorrow. But maybe more importantly, is the way people will work. And I think that the transformation of our industry, the transformation of the innovation, will dramatically change the way people will work within a company, the way they will interact, the organization, the hierarchy. All this is something which will be transformed, and I guess that tomorrow, when we will see a different kind of company, we will not recognize what has been built by our successors. Not your successor, my successor.
Let me ask you a question, Maurice. You know, when you started in this company, you've built this global company, you have tens of thousands of employees all over the world, you do business in every country in the world, and you really started, you know, in advertising, then you built full services, and now you are transforming these companies, and CEOs come to you and say, transform my company and help me show the way. What has that transformation been like for you? What have you learned in that transformation? What can you share with all of us? Because we're going through that transformation too. We want to get to where you are. What should we be doing?
I will not dare to give any advice of this kind. The only thing I can say is about my personal experience. And the beauty in advertising is that every about 5 to 7 years, you have a transformation. And you have to adapt yourself to the new world. And when you look at the way Publicis has been transformed from the 50s, the 60s, the fantastic job which has been done by the founder, Marcel Blanchet, and how we have been transforming ourselves in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and today, it is something which, there is I will say it in French, there is a movie which is Hôtel du Nord. And in Hôtel du Nord, Louis Jouvet has said at a point in time, alors je vais le dire en français.
Well, I'm going to say it in French. It's at some point, Arletty is telling something to Louis Jouvet, the French actress, on the fact that Louis Jouvet came and she saw someone who looked like Louis Jouvet, and she thinks that this guy is Louis Jouvet, and he doesn't recognize her. And she says, well, it's hard to live each other like that.
Open your eyes and to see, and try to see just a little bit ahead of the curve. Exactly what will happen tomorrow. Not try to be too much ahead.
Yes.
If you are too much ahead, you are losing your people and you are losing your customers. If you are just a little bit ahead, showing that a little bit beyond the hill, there is something. And that is something that people like, and it's something which helps you transforming the company.
Well, I was with an incredible company here that's one of the world's largest automobile manufacturers, and we were talking about innovation. And how do you get that innovation? And they said, innovation comes when you take risks that you normally would not take. You know, innovation comes when you take risk, that you would normally not take. We were talking about an American auto manufacturer that had done things with batteries and with car design, and when they looked at the car, they said, there's things that they've done with these batteries and with this car design. When we took our engineering team and took the car apart, we would not have taken these risks, but that's why they achieved the innovation. Is that what you're talking about? Is innovation about taking these risks?
That's definitely, but I will give you a quote from your friend, Jeff Immelt. Jeff was at a dinner at Publicis on Monday, and we had a few startups. And I was explaining that with Iris Capital, which we have done with Orange, we have been quite lucky. And we had 39 investment, 38 was absolutely fantastic, 1 was failing. And he said, Maurice, you have not taken enough risks. And I think he was right. and that we have to take more risk. And I think that there is also something else that we should think about. And this is one of the problems that I have to fix in my company, which is by growing and by following all the rules and becoming more compliant. And you have been showing your warning regarding the SEC and the fact that we are all with all these kind of hurdles, we take less risk. And we give the lawyers and we give all the compliant people a power which is probably putting a deceleration or a brake on the risk that we can take and on the development that we can have. And I think innovation is state of mind. And if you are open to changing every single day and not hesitating to question yourselves and to reanalyze, reinvent everything, and don't hesitate also to stop. I have stopped a merger, which was the dream of my life, simply because I was seeing that we were derailing and we were not going where we wanted to go. So you can take huge risk, and sometimes you can also accept to lose face, which I did, because I thought we were going to the wrong direction.
That's right.
So,
well, you can't have success without failure. You cannot have sex without failure. You cannot have success without risk. And you cannot have failure without risk.
Exactly.
So it's all connected.
And you have, in a company like ours, this is not something that I have done, it's something that Marcel de Saint-Blanchet have done, and they have adopted. It is what we call le droit à l'erreur, which is the right to fail. And you have to give to every one of your employees the right to fail. If you don't give them the right to fail, and if they are fearing that if they are failing with a client, with a development or whatever, they will be sanctioned, then you will have a huge problem because you will create a risk-adverse culture. So we have a risk culture, which sometimes is costing us some mistakes, but most of the time, we have a relatively good success.
Yes. Well, congratulations on that great success. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for everything you're doing for France and the country and the world. Thank you, Maurice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please thank Maurice Lévy. Thank you, Maurice.
Thank you.
Well done. Well, there's so many exciting stories. Each person here today has an exciting story. And now as we want to talk about these customer journeys, the journey that we're all on, we want to talk about a great company, Sony. Many of you know Sony had a tremendous success over the last 6 months, launching an amazing new product, the PlayStation 4, a highly competitive marketplace, but they commanded and controlled, they succeeded, and they're achieving a new level of success with this product. And Sony has done a great, great job. But maybe you don't know that the PlayStation 4, like Microsoft Office 365, is also built on Salesforce's Marketing Cloud. Because Sony realized that as that game player is playing that game, as they are interacting with the device, they are on a journey. And they want to talk to that game player inside the game. They want to talk to that game player in the device. They want to talk to them on email, in text, on social networks. They want to redefine how they transform their customer relationships in a whole new way. A great product, a great success story. Let's take a great look at Sony and PlayStation 4.
With the launch of PlayStation 4, we are extremely excited because we put a lot of effort into making sure that we listen to our customers. It really isn't just about features, it's about the overall feeling of being part of a massive community of gamers. It means that we're constantly striving to keep up with their demands, and at the end of the day, we're only as good as the customers coming back day after day, playing and then purchasing PlayStation. Our products are connected by their very nature, so our customers are connected to all of their friends, they're connected to us. When we started thinking about all the data sources that we had, it was almost like, oh my God, what are we going to do with this? You know, we're sitting on this goldmine of information that really can enhance our customer experience. And the ExactTarget Marketing Cloud provides us the tools to really analyze the interactions we have with our customers in a real-time fashion that we haven't had before. When you get down to the fact you can see what people are playing and see how they're playing and how far they get into games and what sort of games they're playing, you really then can actually start to segment these audiences and provide a customer experience for them that actually they relish. We have conversion rates of almost 50% greater, and that's actually not just about selling. I don't think it's just about selling, it's about providing them content and providing them information. So when you get to a certain level within the game, you get a trophy. Well, we can see that data and we can say to our customers, you've reached this level, therefore you're going to get this free gift of a Summit digital download. So it does feel very personal. It feels like actually somebody's bothered to take notice. The direct communication that we now do, whether it be web, whether it be mobile, whether it be email, whether it be social, is essential to the success because it's about the interaction between us and our customers. So it's a one-to-one communication that they expect. You know, they like to see the big brand campaigns, but they are becoming more active when these messages are much more targeted and much more relevant to them because we have analysed the data and we can work with the data closer. And the ability to do the direct communication with the tools that ExactTarget Marketing Cloud provide really will make that success happen for PlayStation 4. And I think when a company takes notice in a way that's actually correct as opposed to just pretending to take notice, then I think actually the customer will look at it and go, oh, okay, you passed the test today. Yeah, but you've got to keep coming back and passing the test every day.
Okay, well, isn't that an exciting story? How'd you like to see the technology that made it happen to inspire you to do that in your own companies? It's really my pleasure now to introduce you to another great executive from Salesforce who's going to show you how to do that. But not only do that, we want to show you a vision for the very future of what Maurice was talking about as well. So please welcome Guillaume Roques. Guillaume, where are you? Right here?
Thank you, Marc.
Inspire us and show us the future of the customer journey.
Thank you, Marc. Thank you, everyone. D'abord, je vais parler en français, ce sera plus simple.
Well, I'm going to speak French. Actually, it's going to be simple. I would like to thank Maurice Lévy for being an inspiration for all of us. Well, this morning we referred to the Internet of Customers. We explained how these billions of connected objects transform our everyday life, the way we interact one with the others, the way your companies, your enterprises interact with your customers. And nowadays, marketing is at the very core of this transformation. Marketing, well, it's not about the marketing 20 years ago. That was about having a single message, a general message. Well, now the customers are hyper-connected. They use social networks. They use these social networks to share information on your brand, to give their views, either positive or negative, hence the right to fail that Maurice Lévy mentioned. Well, you want to have these customers involved, you want to share, to discuss with these clients, to have customized conversations with the customers, a discussion with the customers as a discussion I have with you, and not a broadcast as this was the case some time ago. Hence, the importance to create a customer's journey that can be as rich as possible, of which the range can be as wide as possible. So today's marketing is about creating a customized message, but also to use all the technologies, the channels that enable you to communicate with your clients. Well, what are they? Emails, mobile services, social networks, web. Also, it's about coordinating all these channels and to make sure that your message is coherent, that will echo, that will have an echo in your audience, to your audience, and that's what ExactTarget Marketing Cloud offers. So beyond these customized messages, You will have to be able to measure the performance of your campaigns, to have a real-time dashboard of your campaign activities and data analysis. And I was lucky enough to travel in Europe to meet a number of clients, of customers, and to discuss with them what are the different elements that are needed to make the Internet of Customers a reality. And they told me, well, look, Guillaume, it's simple. To have the Internet of Customers become real, well, you need three things. First, you need to have an overview of your clients, a comprehensive view of your clients. But not only that, you need this view to be coherent and homogeneous through the different contact points. But also you need to be able to have a conversation, to start a conversation with your customers with customized content. So we have a number of customers who use ExactTarget Marketing Cloud. In France, you've got BNP Paribas, CEO in the world, Unilever, Nike, Sony. And rather than giving a long speech, I would like to suggest you to look at a demo. Another Guillaume. Guillaume, please do us a live demo. So, okay, example, I'm Chris, marketing director at Sony. I'm beginning my day on Salesforce1, and I'm having a look at the different application, the different apps I would use, and then I'm going to click on the ExactTarget Pulse to see what about my marketing-related activities. So it consists in my commercial objectives, achieving these targets, the different operations in progress on social networks or whatever, the different campaigns that are in progress that I can see that are all open, which is good. But at Sony, we always look for the better. We always want to improve. So we think how it's possible to have other campaigns that would enroll other players. So I have here all the exchanges, all the discussions I have with the members of my team. So, and also a brainstorming exercise with a whiteboard. Car race that would enable the players to win a trophy and would foster them to get for themselves a PS4. So how can this whiteboard become a reality? So, suggestion for this drawing to become a reality, that would be possible in just a few minutes. So I'm with this ExactTarget Marketing Cloud, with all my contacts as a whole, the emails, the mobile phone, the social networks, the web, but also the ads, the online ads, but also the capacity to aggregate the data related to your customers, whatever the contact point, the capacity also to create customers' journey, but also the customized content that you've shared with your customers and whatever the channels. So again, the discussion thread, plus this diagram, the drawing on the whiteboard I showed to you. So for this drawing to become a real, so we're on Journey Builder. You've got the players in the world, the PS players, 151 million already involved in customers' journey to purchase a PS4. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a new journey that's going to target a subset of players where these players are going to be fostered to recommend, to buy the PS4. So we're going to create a new interaction for these 4 million players that we've targeted. So this interaction is going to be pretty simple. It's going to consist in saying, well, are these players who are going to win a trophy? So in the first place, we're going to select the triggering event, namely this trophy. Then the question, do they have a PS or Sony device or not? Yes or no. So then we're going to foster them to use the Drive Club, and then to order the Drive Club and then the PS4. If after a few days they still haven't done so, they are going to be reminded that it would be good to use a PS4. So in a few clicks, if they still don't have these mobile apps, they are going to be faster to order the game, and within a few clicks, this diagram, this drawing on the whiteboard is going to become concrete, it's going to be real. So the journey is being activated. A player is going to win the trophy. Well, she's just won it. Pauline's just won it. She's going to enter the journey we've just created. She's going to receive a responsive email. You can receive it on a Mac or all the mobile devices, either Android or iOS or a tablet. So you can see the different information sent out to your customer. I'm still Chris, that's me. Again, I'm at the marketing department, management. A few weeks later, I can see that in the journey builder, the information related to the performance of my customer's journey. Now I'm looking at the dashboard of my activities. I have 61% of my target, which has been achieved out of 75%, which is my target. So I'm going to create a new journey, customer's journey, that is going to take into account another item related to the car race player. In other words, the fact that a player can be here or there or in a specific place. So as for Paris, we're going to select the Forum des Halles area. We're going to send this player a push notification, encouraging him, fostering him to go to an interactive terminal and try and win a trophy. So again, this player is going to be fostered to pre-order a Drive Club game and then to use the PS4. To have a PS4. So I'm going to create a notification message. You can preview this message, and then I'm going to send a QR code to this player in such a way that he or she can identify himself or herself on the interactive terminal, and in such a way that I can recognize this customer. So here is this journey. Because we can't all go to the Forum des Halles, well, we've taken the Forum des Halles here, and here we are with Pauline, the player. She's in the Forum des Halles. Well, hello, Guillaume. I've just arrived at the Forum des Halles. It's quite surprising. I've just received a notification from Sony on my mobile that is inviting me to come to this terminal. So I have also a QR code. I can scan it here. Okay, well, great. This is my profile. Great. And then I have to play with this jigsaw. I have to solve it in such a way that I can win a trophy. Guillaume, you see, in a few seconds, Pauline, a player, has been invited to come to this terminal, this interactive terminal. We've caught the information, the items related to this conversation we've had with her. And she's trying to solve this jigsaw. It's going to take her hours to solve it. Pauline, have you done? Are you done? Well, Pauline says, I'm done, and I've won a trophy, another one for me. Great, bravo, Pauline, excellent. Pauline, I'm going to take a picture of myself here.
Voilà.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share this picture on Facebook. Guillaume, I think your friends are going to be happy of this picture. Guillaume. Well, you see, within a few minutes, we've created a customer's journey on the basis of different contact points, different objects. And that's the very topic of the ExactTarget Marketing Cloud. That's what it consists in.